He's back. He is still very unwell, but he is back. Back, baby. Back, baby. Back, baby. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Suck it. Suck, suck. He's back. Sucking on a penis like a lollipop. He's back. He is back. Sucking on a penis like a lollipop. He's back. He is back. Suck it. Suck, suck. He's back. Sucking on a penis like a lollipop. He's back. He is back. He's back. He is back. He's back. He's back. He's back. He is still very unwell, but he is back. Back, baby. Back, baby. But he's back. He is back. He's back. He's back. He is still very...
In the last little forest, untamed and left wild, there lives a small person, but he's not a child. A leader of men, a leader of more. He's listening, Gabe, he's ready for war. A powerful druid, but he cannot fly. He's in love with death, but he cannot die. His name it is scary, and this is his story. His name it is scary, revel in his glory. It's scary, but no more he can. It's scary, fuck yeah, move a dip. His name it is Scary, and this is his story. His name it is Scary, revel in his glory. It's scary, but no more he can. It's scary, fuck yeah, move a dip. His name it is Scary, and this is his story. His name it is Scary, revel in his glory. It's scary, but no more he can. It's scary, fuck yeah, move a dip. It's scary, but no more he can. It's scary, fuck yeah, move a dip.
Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the BradWOTO stream, but first, it's time for What Picture Has Bradley Drawn Onto a Piece of Paper?
We have knowledge.
It's time for another fantastic edition of What Has Bradle Draw. Let's see if you can guess what I drew today for you all.
Does it have to be so far?
What do you think I drew? An exhausted owing hitman, Nurse Joy, Sasuke, Resurrection of Christ, Resurrection by PPK, Pikachu. What was the last thing I drew? Does anyone remember? Was it a Psyduck? Because I drew a Psyduck and I can't remember if you ever saw it, but I disposed of it. Was it Team Rocket? I'll show you the Psyduck then. It's not a Psyduck. Renamon. Alright, that's it. No one's here. I haven't been here for a week, so I can't really blame you for not being here today. Can't really blame you. Your clue is, it's the only thing I've watched all week.
They're standing on buildable ground.
What could it be that he has drawn onto a piece of papier? You think it's Nurse Joy? What is happening? Oh, it's because this is the playlist. Alright. I'm not with it today. Hi, everybody. Oliver. You're correct.
And it was another great day of saving the bees.
It was not the braid. Hi, everyone. I'm alive. I'm not really. I'm kind of alive. I still don't feel very well. But I think if I don't start streaming again, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm going to go crazy. Hi, Kirsty. Well, he's back. He survived. He was brought back by Deus Ex birthday spin, right? Kind of can't remember. Last Sunday feels like so long ago for me. It's crazy. It feels like, honestly, it feels like it's been about a month. Because I am just, it has been one hell of a week. Somehow Bradley returned. I lived, bitch. I'm not going to count those chickens just yet. I'm still feeling very unwell. Hi, Quark. Thank you for the 13-month resubscription. Also, everybody that sort of... There was a few people that subbed or donated during the week. Or like gifted subs. I feel like someone, Greg or Biz, I'm guessing, started an offline hype train in my channel at one point. Thank you very much for the get well messages this week and last week as well. I've been off for how long? 2 weeks? Kind of. It's a really long time that I've been... I don't know if I've had that much time off in a really long while. Maybe, honestly, ever since I went full time. I think this might be the longest time. I did stream last Sunday on my birthday, but that's it. Hi, Disby. I'm going to message you about something later on. By later on, I don't mean today, and hopefully that doesn't spike any anxiety in you or anything. It's nothing weird. I just want to inquire with you about something fun. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I realized what I did. We need to talk. Yeah, it's been a long week for me. I don't feel very well at all. Let me put on this other playlist for a second. Hold on. Been listening to reggae this week. We're going to play some D&D today. I'll probably talk about everything that's been wrong with me tomorrow. I'm going to stream tomorrow as well. Hopefully I should be back to streaming now. I might be starting a little bit later tomorrow, but I will be streaming. We'll get back on with Mass Effect 2 tomorrow. I still don't feel very well, and I'm still a little wobbly and a little shaky. I probably won't be able to stream for very long. And it might be that if I wake up and I don't feel good, then I can't stream. You know, I feel like I've got at least another week of feeling pretty significantly under the weather. And then after that, it should be tapering off properly. That is based on the fact that for the last 2 days I've felt okay. Okay means almost functioning. I wouldn't even say functioning, but compared to the last week, I feel much better. Yesterday my appetite came back. I ate a bunch of food yesterday. Last night was the first night I actually slept longer than 3 hours without sleeping pills. So I think I can take that as a sort of indication that I'm on the mend and I'm getting better. It has been horrible. I can't believe how bad mirtazapine withdrawal is. I haven't been through this kind of withdrawal since I was 23. It is insane. I massively underestimated it because I just thought it was going to be like all of the other times I've come off of antidepressants and stuff, but there's something in mirtazapine. It is different. That shit is built different. It doesn't give you brain fog like normal. I just thought it was going to be a week of like feeling kind of woozy and kind of brain foggy and strange. Ooh. Damn, son. It's full withdrawal. You go into a full withdrawal state. I've been in and out of the doctor all week. I've been doing so much like... I've been doing so many different like routines and drugs, and I've been through so many like weird days here and horrible nights. It's been fucking mad. Yeah. Doddle Oddle, that's not the real Dodie, is it? My old friend Dodie. Dodie's a lovely person who I used to know a little bit. She's very oh, it actually is. Okay, there you go. I was like, no, it can't really be her. Hi. It's been a very long time since I have spoken to you or seen you. I hope you're doing all right. Just aside from everyone else, you know. Please compliment me more. Yeah, it caught me. So I haven't been here for 2 weeks because I can't believe how bad that was. I underestimated it so massively. And bear in mind that I've been tapering off of that medication since April. I did it all really, I did it correctly as well. I almost cut it early. I was going to just cut that thing cold turkey before I did my move. And I can't even imagine how bad that would have been. Because I've come off of so many other antidepressants before, citalopram and stuff like that. It just makes you feel really weird for a week. You know, it messes with you, but it's, oh my God. Has this been horrendous? Like, I haven't felt this unwell in so long. So yeah, I've been in and out of the doctors. They've put me on all sorts of different drugs and things to like get me off this stuff. I've been on sleeping pills. I'm on propranolol, which I'm fucking allergic to. They put me on something that I'm allergic to. So I have this like anti-anxiety drug because it's just my anxiety's like going fucking completely haywire. But it's closing my lungs up. So I'm out of breath all day because my lungs are sealing over because I'm allergic to this stuff. But believe it or not, it's actually preferable to the horrendous anxiety that the withdrawals were giving me. But like I said, what I'll do is tomorrow I will go over that because today I just want to have fun and play D&D and just mess around. I feel like well enough, you know, like I know some of you are like, oh, he's pushing himself, he's gonna kill himself, or he's gonna try and, you know. But no, I've been away for, you know, apart from last weekend, I sort of took a couple of weeks off here. I literally couldn't stream. And today I'm gonna yeah, we're gonna do this. Tomorrow I'll sit and I'll go over the whole thing though, if you want. It might be a bit of a dreary story or something. Some of you might find it interesting though. But I'll tell you like what the whole process has been like for 2 weeks. And again, like I'm still in it. I still feel kind of crazy, and kind of unwell. But I feel much today and yesterday. I've felt a slightly marked up improvement, and it just, you know, when any small increment, when you feel really awful and that any small increment of improvement hits you, you feel brand new. That's me today. I feel like Superman compared. But I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to go crazy. But I didn't want to miss D&D Sundays because it's so fun. It's literally the only day I make any money. So I was like, I've got to be better by Sunday. Yeah, we can crack on with Mass Effect tomorrow and like proper get back into it. I think I can't remember a fucking thing. This has been the longest 2 weeks of my life. It feels like it's been months. I mean, literally every single day has been twice as long because I've only been getting like 3 or 4 hours sleep max. So I've just been like, every day has been so long and so boring. I haven't been able to do anything. I've just been sat on my sofa watching Critical Role and playing Teamfight Tactics on an iPad, just doing my brain in. Some of you might have caught me in and around playing PUBG when some of the others have been playing PUBG. I've been like psyching myself up to play a few hours of PUBG in the evenings just because I need to break up my day, even though like quite a few of the times I was sitting playing PUBG, I was like, ugh. I felt kind of unwell. But yeah, I haven't really been able to do anything. It's sucked. It has absolutely sucked. It's been 2 of the most boring, horrible weeks. The first week I felt really nauseous and very like physically sick. The second week was like mental health chaos. And here we are going into the 3rd week of it with, you know, I do feel a bit better, but I've still got a few things I've got to figure out. So, yeah, man. Whew. He's back. He's back. Barely alive. Literally climbing Mount Everest every day. So yeah, that's a very quick update because I know I've been away. A very quick update for you. To give you an idea of what's going on. I've been trying to keep you updated on Discord and all that kind of shit, but you know how it is when you're just rough. But hopefully, yeah, I should be well enough to just get back to streaming and shit tomorrow. Properly, like get back into the game. Well, today, I guess. In theory, I should be well enough to do Cura on Tuesday. I'm a bit like... I'm not... Because it's on so late for me that I feel like I don't know if I'm going to be kind of like... destroyed by like 11 p.m. or something. So... might see how it goes. I wish that show, if that show was on an hour earlier, I've been tempted to sort of see if it's worth running it at an hour earlier this week or something, but Wax said that if I change the schedule one more time, he's so yeah, what I'll do tomorrow, if you want to watch the stream, you know, but beginning of the stream tomorrow, I'll probably just sit and go over everything. Depending on how it goes. Now, I've got a couple of things I've got to do tomorrow as well. So, again, don't hold your breath. If I'm not here, then I'm just not feeling well enough to stream. It might be another week of kind of broken up streams, but we'll see how it goes. Can you hear me not being able to breathe, by the way? Because I can't take a full lungful of breath at the moment because I'm so allergic to the fucking pills they've got me on. All I want is some fucking support. The fucking NHS is crumbling. And I'm like, please, God, please help me. They're like, no, you're a drug addict. You're not allowed any drugs. I'm like, crawling into that fucking doctor's office. The amount of times I've been in and out, calling them up fucking all hours of the night. Please, God. And they're like, okay, have these fucking pills and fuck off. And I was like, okay, I'm allergic to them. It's been so horrible. But like I've always said, man, if I can keep my anxiety down, I can handle it. If my anxiety is under control, I'll take a bullet. I'm like, oh fuck it, I don't care. You know, I can weather it, but man, my anxiety has been doing like loopy loos. All right, so yeah, that's where I'm at. Today we're just gonna play some D&D. It might not be the longest session of all time, but you know, we're gonna, you know. Whack, thanks for the sub. Slasher Ratch came in. My boy, Ratch gave me these sounds.
China has been generous.
And it was another great day of saving the bees.
I watched one of those yesterday where she saved the bee, and she's like going, oh, and I found all these bees, and these bees there were loads and loads of bees in the box, and I found these bees, and then I realized that the bees didn't have a queen, so I gave them one. And she just pulls a queen out of the top pocket of her. She has like a pocket on her shirt, and she just pulls a queen bee out and just puts it in and gives them a queen. What? First of all, why do you have a queen bee in your top pocket? I wonder if I can find it. Surprise queen, motherfucker. Don't use too much energy, Bradley. Don't use too much energy. I have to not use all of my energy.
Swarm of bees landed under this table, and I was asked to give the bees a new home. So I offered the bees a hive to move into, and I started scooping bees up with my hands. These bees were very gentle, unless you were a robber bee and you were searching for something to steal. Bees from stronger colonies will sometimes try to steal resources from weaker ones, but this robber bee found herself in a bee battle against a guard bee, and she wouldn't be trying to steal again. So I went back to scooping up bees and putting them into the new hive. But after I had scooped a lot of bees and searched through the entire colony, I realized that this was an unusual case of a queenless swarm. This colony would not survive without a queen, but luckily I had an extra one on me. So I gave the queen to the colony, and I gave the bees some smoke, and pretty soon the entire colony was rushing to join their queen. So I waited for the bees to move into the new hive, then I took the bees home, and it was another great day of saving the bees. A swarm.
Why do you have a bee in your top pocket? A queen bee, just as a casual queen bee in the top pocket. What the fuck? No, Rat, you mustn't. So random. It's unbelievable. Okay. We see what Gary's up to. I think it's time. We're gonna do just a little game of D&D today. And it's another great day of saving Gary.
Which under a tiny world will take a person only a matter of weeks to travel from one side to the other. Once a lush, verdant planet, Rixonder's rain had stopped falling. What had stopped it? And how? Was this something to do with the warring empires? Was it a new unknown threat? Or perhaps it was the new major tech and steam-powered technology from the Hutchtan matriarchy or Kosus Reinti. Long ago, the world was treated as an experiment by the gods. They were trying to discover the most powerful species they could make. Just a fun game for them became our world as we know it, in the finals of the Kraven trials. Humans faced off against Noms. The humans won. In a final test, the gods pitted the humans against the dragons. The dragons tore the world apart, destroying any semblance of society. Now, after 1,000 years, the mans have rebuilt. Two great kingdoms, constantly at war. And between them, the last forest. The only place of green in our dying world. And inside that forest, the last Nom. My name is Gary, and this is my story.
Gary. Okay, so last week, Gary went into battle with Rendor the Calm. I mean, the basics of it is that you got to the end of the first chapter, I guess, of Gary's story here, in that you united the swamp creatures, and you traveled to Rendor's lair and fought with Rendor the Calm, a white dragon who turned out to be very small, but powerful. You defeated him by catching him in a Master Ball, a Pokemon Master Ball, and now you have essentially got a Charizard-like creature, which we need to create here today. Really, I'm gonna see if I wonder if ChatGPT can do this. Create Ash's Charizard in D&D, specifically a table. Let's do a D6 table of disposition for how the Charizard reacts when it is summoned. Let's see if ChatGPT can do something as complex and weird as that. Kyrie, thank you so much. Nyanal, thank you so much. You guys have a wheel spin. You after defeating Rendor the Calm, you sort of freed all of your NPCs. Seg is obviously going to come with you, and you guys decided to leave. And then you ended the session on a wheel spin of hi Biz, by the way, a wheel spin of and you got an encounter, I think, right? We're going to start today's stream with a wheel spin because you've hit 10 already. Every 10 subs, every 10 gift subs, we spin this wheel and a random effect will happen. Before I forget it, you get an item. All right, let's roll. Exclamation point, roll D20 in the chat. We'll roll a D20 for you. And you will get a random item immediately. Let's just do that now before, because I will forget, won't I? Let's see what you get off of this random table. I've got several D20 tables. I just pick them at random. I'll take the first number today because this is the first time you've rolled. An 11. In Gary's pocket is a medal made of platinum. Platinum medal. I think this is a medal of participation. A medal of participation. Who got the winning roll? Dovus. For someone named Dovus. The clasp is damaged. It looks as if it was ripped from someone's shirt. That's the item you get. Yeah, Gary then decided that you'd freed the swamp. It was time to potentially leave the swamp finally and go into the world and go west. Gary's task, of course, at the moment is to head west and head to the Hutchton Matriarchy and destroy the Magitech factories that are there. That is his main quest. And you've completed your first side quest. Well, there was something else that we needed to do before we begin, but I've forgotten it. Oh, the Charizard table. Okay, so a D6 here has granted the following effects. Let me whip this up on here. Can you see this? That'll do. I think actually if I do... Yeah. I knew I figured this shit out. Oh, God. Prepare your ears. Sometimes I have to refresh my screens because they all... Have a look. Charizard. Oh, Christ. That's fucking horrible. Why is it formatted it like that? Charizard's disposition table. Who's this? Anonymous gifted 5 gift subs. And this is on a 1. Wait, why can't I see? This has not copied it correctly. Hold on. Oh, it's... So this is apathetic. Disobedient. Defiant. Neutral. Cooperative. Can't spell that. And loyal. Loyal. So when you summon out Rendor, we're going to roll a d6. If you get a 1, it's apathetic. If you get a 2, it's disobedient. If you get a 3, he's defiant. If you get a 4, he's neutral. If you get a 5, he's cooperative. If you get a 6, he's loyal. Sometimes ChatGPT is better than, honestly, better than me. Better than me at D, I mean, overall. You know, just in general. It's crazy. Charizard shows little to no interest in the situation. It takes minimal action unless directly attacked or incentivized. Disobedient. Charizard takes actions that finds it interesting or entertaining only, often attacking what it perceives as the strongest enemy regardless of Ash's instructions. Obviously we'll change all the words to Gary. Cyberbob, thank you so much for the resub. Good to see you. Defiant. Charizard must make a charisma saving throw to follow Ash's commands each turn. Neutral. Charizard follows Ash's commands, but all attacks and checks he performs are made with disadvantage. Cooperative. Charizard follows Ash's commands normally, and all attacks and checks are made as usual. Loyal. Charizard follows Ash's commands with enthusiasm and gains advantage on all attacks. Okay. Fine. This is fine. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, wrong button. Great. You can, as an action, summon and dismiss. Oh, I should have written that, shouldn't I? As an action, use Master Ball to summon Rendor the Calm. Action to dismiss him. If he dies, he's dead, by the way. That's it. He doesn't get back into the ball and heal at a Poke Center or whatever. He's dead. It's a prison. You have him in prison and you force him to work. That's how that goes. Now, you did have +2 to your strength and you had +2 to your charisma, which I changed just before the stream began. Back down to a 7 and a 9. You managed to get a scimitar. Frostbrand scimitar, a potion of fire, 2 potions of fire breath, gold vestments, a scroll of unseen servant as well last week. Got lots of birthday presents. Because there were lots of special effects. Not SFX, but SFX, but special effects from the wheel spins last week. And that's where we ended. Now, was it an encounter or a boss battle that you got? Doesn't matter. The same thing happens. Just as you guys are just as Gary is ready to prepare, him and Seg look around them. They're about to leave the swamp. It's finally time to leave the swamp. They pack their satchels up, and Gary's got his satchel of holding, and Seg packs his weapons up. And Gary says, right, I think it's time to go west. Or at least get back into the forest and out of the stinking swamp. Seg says to Gary, yeah, alright, let's go then, shall we? And then there is a chill that descends on the area. A cold that starts to tingle the skin of Seg and Gary. Didn't we kill that dragon? Why is it getting cold again? Hey, why is that getting cold again? And that is when a small figure begins approaching from the distance. The water splashing as its feet step forwards. There's a kind of a groaning, creaking sound as this creature's wings unfurl and curl back into its back again. A shock of white-grey hair in between long, twisted, curled horns. A figure catches you with sort of red hazel eyes. And this figure is Rendor's granny. And she says, "Oh!" This is my best Jildan impression. Rendor! Rendor, darling, where are you? Rendor! She's walking along, looking about the area where Rendor would normally be. What was known as Rendor's lair. Rendor, are you in your bedroom? Where are you? What does Gary do? What does Gary do? Now, the way we play D&D on a Sunday, if you've never been here before, is that you all suggest options. We take, somewhere around 8 options, and then everyone can vote on what to do next. Quickly go west. Sorry, he just left. Throw an Ultra Ball. Summon Rendor, just because people don't understand how to fill in context for themselves. I'm here, mommy. This is Granny. Pretend to be Rendor. Hi, I'm Rendor's friend, Vizcato. Run. There you go, you can vote. You have to be in the Twitch chat to vote. But you type the number next to the thing that you want to vote for in the chat room, and it will vote for it, and we will go with whichever one you decide to do. If it involves rolling a dice or a check as a DM, I'll get you to, I'll call for it. But at this point, we just see what Gary does next. What does Gary do next? The choice is yours, and I'm very sorry, I don't feel very well today, so I don't know if I'm barely conscious. But I love doing this on Sundays, it's so fun. And I appreciate you all coming out and watching it. And I know I've been away for 2 weeks. choice is yours. What does Gary do? Gary is the protagonist of our show. Again, if you've never been here before, we're playing D&D, but you are Gary. Gary is a druid gnome from the last forest in a world that has gone dry. It's dried up. The rains have stopped falling here in Rendor. And there is one small area that's still a forest. The rest of the world is basically a desert. We completely randomized everything. At the beginning of this, in the first session that we ran of this D&D game, we randomized everything. We completely procedurally generated the entire world and story and character and everything. And then we started going. Alongside that, I've been using ChatGPT and Suno to make a mid-journey and stuff. So this has been partially DM'd by a fucking AI. So it's not quite up to the standard and quality of my original story writing adventures and creations for Table Story, but it's somewhere in there. It's partially mine and partially the cold, dead storytelling of a computer. Hazel, thank you for the 33-monther. How are you doing? Sorry he just left, is what you're going to say to Rendor's granny here. She says, Rendor, where are you? Her eyes adjusting her large spectacles to catch Seg and Gary. Gary says, sorry, he just left. I'm going to need you to make me a deception check, please, chat. So how this works is you roll dice to determine how well you're able to deceive her. You can roll dice by typing !roll d20 in the Twitch chat room there, and it will start rolling dice. We're going to take the second roll because the bot doesn't know how to filter the old, like when we're doing a new roll thing here. So the first roll there being a 3, we're going to take the second roll. Gary has a -1 to deception. His charisma score is -1. So whatever you roll, we're going to take -1 off of that. And if you can roll high enough, you might just deceive her. If not, she might, well, we'll see how it goes. That's how this works. Thank you, Digital Dam, for the 44-monther. Me old pal. I'm finally getting a haircut this week. Walk in there with suffering from withdrawal syndrome. Barton has rolled a 17. -1 is a 16. I think that'll do it. She says, oh, where did he go then? He doesn't usually leave. He has minions. Where has Rendor gone? She asks you where Rendor has gone, but first we're going to spin the wheel. We spin the wheel. It's the only way I make money on this stream at this point, is spinning this fucking wheel. What did you get? Wild Magic Surge. I have a D10,000 table for Wild Magic here. Which means are completely random. When we created this world, there is a sort of wild magic effect in the world that was randomly generated when we did it. So we roll a D10,000. 1D10,000. 1,832 is the effect that is going to happen right now. 1,000. Wish I could control F in this PDF, but I can't. 1,832. Oh no. Dude, he gave himself fucking depersonalization. He's slowly transforming into me. Gary. The caster thinks he's not truly himself. Which honestly is hilarious. I'm adding it to his flaws. I'm just going to put has depersonalization. Just became real. Became very real. I actually have derealization pretty badly sometimes, not depersonalization, but it's close enough. I get it. If you have depersonalization, I think we understand each other well enough. People who with derealization, we understand each other fully. And I mean real derealization. I don't mean like you're slightly dissociated. I mean when you're like fucking completely out of it and you're in the fucking matrix. It is fucking weird when it hits hard. Okay, Gary now has depersonalization from wild magic. That's hilarious. That's what happened. It cost you money to do that to him. As opposed to me, who got derealization because my parents had no money. Okay, so now we see what Gary says. She says, where did he go? What does Gary say back? Where's he gone? Says Rendor's grandmother. What does Gary say back to Rendor's granny? An old dragon wandering up in front of you. West. I'm gonna have to copy paste this one. That's a long one, Kyrie. He got diarrhea and cast thaumaturgy for appropriate audio effects from outside. East. He didn't say, he just took off. To the basement. San Diego Comic Con. To go get milk. He wanted to check out the furry convention. That's the same as number 6. Alright, no more? That'll do. Fine. Choice is yours. You may vote on what Gary says back to Rendor's granny standing in front of you, peering at you through these large spectacles as she scrutinizes what you say here. As you repeatedly lie to an old woman, but also potentially an ancient white dragon. So bear that in mind. It's a very lovely day outside today. Grim. Me and Liam went on a little walk, a little mental health walk, and it started raining on us on the way back. It was really nice. We really loved it. Give you a minute on each vote. Say he got diarrhea and cast thaumaturgy for appropriate audio effects from outside. Is what you've decided to do here. Where did he go? Says Rendor's granny.
Oh, he got... Wait, what was it saying? He got diarrhea. I think he got diarrhea. Aye, that's right.
What is the spell? The thaumaturgy. What do you need to do here? Just verbal components. So I think, yeah, Gary just says abracadabra. And from behind, from somewhere beyond in the swamp, you hear the sounds of diarrhea. The incredibly appropriately, the pitch perfect sounds of diarrhea. From me there. I think we need another deception check, but I'm going to give you advantage on this check because of the thaumaturgy. So start rolling dice. We're going to take the second and third dice rolls, and we take the higher of those two. So start rolling with an exclamation point. Roll D20 in the chat. Exclamation point, roll D20. So not that 15, we take the next two, the higher of the next two rolls from everybody in chat. What the dice bot does is it takes, I think, 15 or 16 rolls and it picks one at random to give everyone a chance to be able to play. Yeah. Oh, every now and then I have to take in a full breath, a full half lungful. Oh, an 18's good. It's good, but let's see if you can nat 20. We'll still keep rolling to see if you can do higher than an 18. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. Deception time. A 16. So an 18 minus 1 a 17. Honestly, I think Rendor's granny says,
Oh, no. I shall have to go and give him some Alka-Seltzer. Rendor, honey, Rendor.
she wanders off into the direction of where the sounds of diarrhea is taking place. Boy, I do love DMing for you guys, having to immediately, we're 5 minutes into the session and diarrhea thaumaturgy has happened. These dice get added to a pool and then a random one is selected. That's correct, yeah. Couldn't figure out, we tried a couple of different ways of doing a dice, taking an average, it's very difficult to do in a way that lets everyone get involved. And I know in your head you're thinking, you could do this and you could do this and you could do this, and I tried so many different things, and just trust me, this is how it's done. So Gary and Seg, I think now being free of Rendor and the area, they finally, and I'm just gonna get us out of here, we're going to the forest. We're going back to the forest. I want to get out of this fucking swamp. As you return to the last forest, out of the swamp. Now, in the middle of this forest, there's a swamp, but outside of the swamp, there is a wonderful, lush forest. The last forest in the world that that exists. Now, Gary and Seg travel for a few hours into this, out of the swamp and into a lush, vibrant, living forest. The place where Gary has lived all of his life. And once they make it to the forest, I ask once again, what does Gary do? What does Gary do now? The main quest, and the only quest you currently have, is to go west to the Hutchton Matriarchy. So I'm just going to put go west on there first. So that's definitely an option. But if anyone wants to get creative, if there's anything that you can think of that you want to do rather than go west, then now is the time. Thank Seg for all of his help so far. Kiss Seg. Go to San Diego Comic-Con. We've already been to San Diego Comic-Con, by the way. If you've never been here before, that actually happened. A lot of stupid random things have happened. Ask Rendor for a ride. Get high as fuck. Find a delicious snack. I can see that none of you really have your hearts in any of these, and we're probably just going west, but we'll fuck it, we'll vote on him anyway. What does Gary do now, everyone? Go west. Put some other options on there if you want. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Yeah. Oh, you know what I need? Oh no, I've got it. Never mind. I'm prepared. I'm surprisingly well prepared. Considering the week I've had. Let's go. Oh, pretty close actually. Pretty close here. Some of you obese people in the chat room.
Oh, you'll find a delicious snack. A succulent D&D meal. A succulent D&D meal.
Go west is the option. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Let's finally do it. We're going to do one survival check for Gary. +3 to his survival check. He has to roll high enough. He has to beat a 10. I'm going to say it's a simple 10 DC. Exclamation point roll d20 in the chat. We take the second roll. for the survival check. If he's successful, he will head in a westerly direction. Freaked out for a second then, thought everything crashed. Not that 7, we take the next roll. To see if you are successful in heading into the west. A 13 plus 3, 16. I think you guys are successful. What happened here? Computer crashing. Computer breaking. Okay, we're in the swamp, but fine. The desert. We're actually going to the desert. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to the desert. Here it is. It is done. Can't control anything today. I don't know what's going on with this page. Seg and Gary start navigating their way through the forest, heading west. A short few hours of a journey, and they find themselves at the very edge of the last forest. As they look around them at the last few trees and take a few steps out onto some cracked, broken, and dry earth, ahead of them is nothing but a sort of eternal, droughted, desert. A blazing sun in the center of the sky, sand and dust and red rock shimmering endlessly. It is bright, a sort of relentless, unforgiving climate spreads out in almost all directions, bar directly behind you back into the forest. There is nothing ahead of you. No trees, no life. The sounds of the forest give way to the sounds of the desert. A wind and a sort of a hopelessness passes across Gary and Seg's skin as they stand looking out at this sort of moistureless, broken landscape in a world where the rain has stopped falling and there is nothing. A horrible wall of heat stands at the edge of this forest as well, this kind of arid dryness that almost threatens to choke you. There is nothing. Traversing this desert will be perilous. It will take physical resilience, mental strength, and exceptional endurance. Gary takes his first step out as his boot crunches onto the sand and the stone. Seg and Gary leave the last forest. I have for you a world map. Because we're going to procedurally generate the world around us. Far to the east is the Co Suzerainty. The two cities of this world are pretty much exclusively home to humans, I think, is the rule, right? The humans won and overtook this blighted place. Between the Co Suzerainty and the Hutchton Matriarchy, where they build Magitech. that has been sucking up the life of the planet. Very Midgar, Final Fantasy-esque. There is the last forest between these two places. And Gary, at the very western edge, takes his steps out into the world with Seg. And this party of two begins to travel. You guys have to now navigate your way across this desert. The first rule of navigation is identifying signs of direction, looking for plants, animals, geographical features. I'm going to need a nature check so that Gary can understand and get his bearings of the land around him and begin to even vaguely understand his surroundings and progress across this blighted landscape. This is a DC 15 nature check. Gary has a +4 to his nature checks. So let's see what you get. We take the second roll, not the 18 unfortunately from joint gifts, but the next one. The very next one. You head out into this desert. An 8 +4 is 12. That's a fail. Unfortunately. You get one fail on the fail table. That's right. There is a fail table that I'm crafting right now. Fails, successes, one fail on your fail table. Oh no, I know what I was going to do actually. You know what? We're going to roll a d12. Every time you fail, you roll a d12. 1d12. And something from this table will happen. Blown away. Equipment is lost in the sandstorm. Uh-oh. Let's see. Now, something will be lost. Will it be the druidic focus? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I think I missed one. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So it's going to be a D38. I can't actually speak that much without having to breathe because I can't currently breathe. 1D38. And then a wheel spin. 10, the first thing to be lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's lost his shovel. As these winds pick up, Seg turns to Gary.
Is this normal?
Oh no, that's Seg's London.
Is this normal? I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
A sandstorm kicks up. All vision lost. Nothing but sand and rock being flung at Seg and Gary. They cover their eyes and try and move through it. Seg with very little. He doesn't wear any clothing really. Just kind of just being annihilated by this sandstorm. Gary lifts up some of his clothing and wraps it around his head and mouth, trying to keep the sand out of his eyes and his mouth before the sandstorm finally gives way after some time passing over them. And let's see what his passive perception is. It's a 9. I don't think Gary's even aware. sitting as we see Gary and Seg trudging away from it. The shovel has come loose from the back of his pack and sits in the sand behind him. You have lost your shovel. Maybe you'll gain something with a wheel spin here. Thank you so much for the gift subs. Ray, Kumagi, Dan, Daniela. Your next roll will be a natural 20 though, which you'll be pleased to know will be part of this next, these next skill checks here. Enduring the heat. It's time to attempt to withstand the extreme heat of the desert. This is going to be a constitution saving throw, simply to resist heat exhaustion. This is a good one to have a natural 20 on. This will be a natural 20, but I always like to roll a d20 as well, just to see what you would have got. So let's roll a d20. We'll take the second roll again. Gary and Seg trudging their way across this desert landscape. Let's see what you would have rolled. I'm not taking that 14. It's the second roll. Let's see what you would have rolled. Keep rolling, baby. You know what time it is. A 2. You get a natural 20, however. While it is hot and the heat is unrelenting, Gary finds himself luckily quite naturally resistant to it, struggling against the heat, but not so much so that it is going to cause him any level of exhaustion. Gary struggles on. It is now time something lurks. Something approaches. A creature comes running up, snarling and growling. A lizard. Green scales with red patches. A row and another row and another row of teeth. Its little legs carrying it speedily upwards towards you before catching you. Gary and Seg, turning to their right, see one of these creatures. 2, 3, 4 of these creatures appear around them. As the creatures raise up on their hind legs, little frills come out from their necks and they start hissing and spitting and circling Gary and Seg. Seg pulls his weapons out. Gary pulls up his staff. Now, you may choose to fight the creatures, do an animal handling check to try and calm or scare them off, or intimidate them. Oh, no. Animal handling to try and calm them, or intimidate to try and scare them. Choice will be yours here. How to handle the creatures. Fight them, outright fight them. Animal handling to calm them. Intimidation to scare them off. The choice is yours. And it is time for me to take another painkiller.
It's not looking too good, is it?
No. Every few hours I have to take. I just take 1 Nurofen just to keep everything, just to keep the headaches at bay. So many drugs my kidneys are loving this week so much. Animal handling to attempt to calm them is what you've gone for here. Okay, start rolling. Roll that D20. Remember, you can always spin the wheel. Every 10 gift subs, we spin the wheel here, and there are varying things, effects that could happen on that wheel. It might be negative. You might get a natural 1. You might force an encounter, or it might be positive. You might get a natural 20. You might get a full heal. You might get a potion or advantage or something like that. You can always potentially there's a Deus Ex Machina on there that would give you whatever outcome you want, really. But for now, we're rolling to determine. Is that it there? The 3? You have what? +3 to animal handling here. Insta rage, thank you for the 5 gift subs, my friend. 3 more and we'll spin the wheel. Oh yeah, you got a bunch of money last week as well. It's pretty useless right now, but you do have 420 gold. 3 plus 4 is a 7. That is another failure. As these creatures swarm and attack, I'm going to roll a d12 because you incur another failure on this table here. A 7. Thirst. Extra water consumption needed. You will need to drink all of your water stores. However, these creatures are going to attack you right now. I don't have a desert. So let's make one. Desert encounter. Now I have lots of desert maps because I ran a campaign in a desert once. 2 kind of. Two huge. There are lots. You always end up in a desert in D&D for some reason. This will do. The rolling dunes. Desert map. We'll be fine for what we need here. Now, what are these creatures? Some sort of dinosaur, maybe. Orc. No, I wasn't asking you what these creatures are. No, I don't. No, I wasn't taking suggestions. I was speaking out loud to myself. It's not that. It's not that. Lizards. These are... I am not intelligent. A giant lizard. There we go. That's what this is. So, first of all, let me... What level is Gary? 3. Gary. Seg. And then I think I said 4, but you'll probably die. So there's 3. And 3 is still not going to be good for you either. 3 of these creatures. It's time for Gary to roll some initiative. Appear in front of Gary and Seg. Oh, this is not Seg, is it? Where's Seg's true stats? Good God. There's the real Seg. I said the real Seg. For initiative of 3. Is that what you just rolled? Is that the winning roll there? One of the mods tell me. Why does this keep crashing on me today? It's so annoying. No? Next one? Okay, keep rolling. I'm gonna roll for the lizards here. An 8. Okay, an 8 plus 1 for Gary. Oh, we've still got all of these, bugger. That turn. That turn. That turn. Gary gets a 9. The lizards are going on a 13. Seg goes on a 9 as well. Seg has a 15 to his initiative. He goes first. Okay, so the lizards will actually go first here in this combat encounter as they attack suddenly, rushing Seg, rushing Gary. These creatures come rushing at you, and they are going to attempt to bite Seg with a natural 20 to open up on Seg. Seg is instantly going to take 7 piercing damage as he pulls out a blade. This creature rushing forward on its hind legs. Seg brings his blade up, but the creature ducks down and bites his leg. Ah, you bastard! Seg brings his blades up as if to strike the creature. The two, before Gary can even react, he turns around and 2 of them are now flanking him, one on either side. One attempts to bite Gary on a 10 is going to be a miss. Gary's AC is a 14. And then the second will attempt to bite with a 22. That's going to hit Gary. And that one is going to deal 13 damage. Gary turns around and one of them rips a chunk of flesh off of Gary's midsection. Gary is on 3 HP. Seg is on 6 HP. It is Seg's turn. Seg has pack tactics here. I think the only thing he can do really is pull out his longsword and attempt to strike them. He has pack tactics, so he has a 16 there to hit. No, he doesn't have pack tactics, right? He needs to beware. Yeah, he doesn't have it. It's an 11. It's a miss. The sword flying over the top of this lizard as he looks down as it's biting on his leg. It's time to spin the wheel. A Deus Ex Machina maybe being the only way to get out of this one. You guys did not do a long rest. They've done it. Insta rage. Ray. They've done it. It's time for a Deus Ex Machina. What do you want to happen? As a Deus Ex Machina right now. Suddenly fully rested. Use the voice to tame them. quicksand creatures. Minions, I don't know what that means. With this treasure. With this treasure meme makes me laugh so much. I summon death. A sandworm controlled by the chosen one, Gary Apires. Teleport to a random spot. Alright, I'm just going to put in there, lizards fucking explode. Gain 1 C4. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. A Deus Ex Machina will happen. A sandworm controlled by the chosen one, Gary, appears. Sure. Full Muad'Dib. Suddenly the ground starts vibrating. You see the lizards turn and look around. The sand is being torn up and heading in your direction. Gary feels a strange kinship with this approaching creature, and he says, "Seg, you've got to trust me, alright?" He pulls out his rope and just starts spinning it like a lasso as these lizards are snapping and biting at them. Gary says, "On 3, jump." 3. The two of them jump into the air and the sand lifts upwards. An enormous maw opens up. The 3 lizards are swallowed. Gary, throwing the rope down, hooks it onto one of these sort of plates of this giant sandworm. Landing, he grabs Seg, one hand holding Seg's, one hand holding onto this rope. The two of them are now worm riding across the desert. Let's see where you end up. I want the world map, please. I want the world map. We can worm ride you in a random direction. Let's go. So how many points are there? There's 8, isn't there? With 1 being north. We'll see where you guys end up. So 1 being north, 2 being northeast, 3 being east. This sandworm takes you east. We'll go southeast because otherwise you have to go back into the forest. I'm going to take you all the way over here. But what is there? What will you find? ChatGPT, please generate me a table of locations that can be found in a D&D fantasy desert. How do I want to word this? Generate a D20 table of locations. Start rolling. Start rolling. As you travel across the desert on the back of this sandworm, worm riding away from that dangerous encounter. I see an 11. I see a 19. Is it the 11 we're taking? Eventually the sandworm comes to a stop. The sandworm goes underground. Gary and Seg have to let go, diving off of this thing and rolling through the sand. Bleeding and wounded, they lay there for a few moments. Me, right, just struggling to breathe even right now. After a few minutes, there is a voice. That they hear.
Cool, mate. What the hell was that? Were you fucking riding on a fucking worm, mate?
A creature comes rolling out of the out of this hamlet. Now let's see. Let's go to anagramsolver.com and put in the word enacchio. That definitely is not. This is Nanoki. Nanaki. Nan-oki. Spelled like this. Nan-oki wanders over. Alright, D&D races. All D&D races. Character races. Give me a list. Fuck me, there's loads of them. Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So 62, right? 62. 1d62. 47, you fucker. So that was 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. No, wait, what number was it? Fuck, 47. So that was 31. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. A raptor. What the fuck is a raptor? Bird people. Okay. D&D raptor race. What is this from? 3.5. Raptor born. I mean, this is what he says, isn't it? When the bird folk think of hunters or rangers, they picture a raptor. Resembling small hawks, eagles, and other birds of prey, they have sharp talons and agile builds that help them effortlessly glide through the canopy. These bird folk are swift and strong, with an uncanny knack for tracking. They rarely prey and are quick to turn the tables when finding themselves hunted. Raptor D&D. Race. It's an emu, isn't it? An emu is what you're looking at. I wonder if Midjourney can handle this. An anthropomorphic emu. Is that how you spell anthropomorphic? Fucking what a word to have to write. An anthropomorphic humanoid emu man. Is what wanders over to you. Long legs. Trudging through the sand. With his a long beak looking out over with these small little eyes that look at Gary and Seg laying wounded in the sand here. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. You see, oh, this is cool. Yes, this is what he looks like. I mean, yes. These are what the people here look like. It's so good. You see this crazy little looking, we'll take this one for, what is he called? Nanaki. The Nan. Oh, cool, blimey, were you just riding on a giant fucking worm, mate? Gary says. Right, well, let's get you patched up. I think you need a rest, the two of you, right?
Hey, I need a rest. The tired of lizards.
Yeah, you got to be careful of the lizards out there, mate. Every single one of them. They're bloody nasty. Then again, to be honest with you, the most nasty thing is a fucking sandworm. And you was just riding on one. How did you do that, by the way? I wouldn't mind learning a little trick like that. Tell you what, that'd get me to and from the shops a little quicker, wouldn't it, mate? Gary passes out. Seg passes out. When they come to, they find themselves in a little place. They find themselves in a little abandoned settlement situated deep here within the unforgiving expanse of the forest. This place has fallen into complete disrepair and decay. A handful of inhabitants wandering about this place, these bird folk with their long necks, long legs, and these strange brightly coloured clothes that sort of sit over their arms and feathered arms and bodies, moving about, sitting in a sort of little abandoned shack with lots of. The room is adorned with feathers and it just almost as if they built this little wooden shack, and on the inside, in each of the crooks, they've poked feathers constantly in and out of this place, giving it slightly less of a broken-looking home, but a far more chaotic-looking style. The eyes, the 2D pink eyes of Gary kind of flutter open, and looking down at him is this fucking crazy looking creature, Nan Oki, which I will make a handout for, so we know and we can remember him. Nan Oki, a large beard, crazed-looking tuft of hair, greys poking out of it, staring bird-like down at Gary as he wakes up and he comes to. What does Gary do? Suggestions from the chat room. Let's take some suggestions. Thanks for the rescue. Ask what this place is. Write up a will. Offers to share some iron brew with his new friend. Asks, are you my mother? Ask where I am and who they are. We'll get rid of number 2 and we'll put that one in there. Focus on the shiny eyes and compliment the bird on the eyes. Ask them to lead you west. I'll do. Who's this one? Weather Raccoon, thank you for the 55 months, my friend. Welcome back. Okay. Ask where I am and who they are. Looking up and peering at this creature. This bird thing that's looking down at him. Gary says, Oh, where am I? Who are you? Nan says, Oh, call blimey, mate. I thought you were a goner. We thought you were dead. Well, you've, my name is Nanoki. And this is... What is this place called? Australia. Oh no. Australia. The Isle of Baileys. Definitely not an island. The West Bend. The Upside Down. Hemsworth. Or Fury Road. The choice is yours. Hard at work doing stuff behind the GM screen here. Don't have the brain power for this. Fury Road. They've decided to call it. Of course. This is Fury Road. Fury Road. Right. Yeah, it used to be like a big thriving way station, like on a big trade route, a long time ago. A long time ago. And now it's just you know, where we park our heads at night for a little rest, and then we go out in the day and we scavenge about for stuff. It's pretty rare that we see other people. What are you anyway? I'm a gnome. What the hell's a gnome? I've never heard of that. Hey, there's not many of us. I've never seen another one either. What about him? Is that a kobold? Hey, that's Seg. My most trusted friend. And a clinical psychopath. Right. Well, my name's Nan. And you want to watch out. You know, if you're going to get up too quickly, you might fall over. The doc saw to you, but he's patched up your wounds. But you got to be careful if you're going to be wandering around out there. There's lots of lizards, lots of things that can kill you. Hey. Right. Okay. What are you doing anyway? I'm heading west. I'm going to the Hutchton Matriarchy, and I'm going to free this world. I don't know what any of that means, mate, but good luck to you. A few hours pass here at Fury Road. The place is truly just a few wooden shacks with these emu people walking around. You're introduced to Nan. You're introduced to Rashid, Mara, Ibrahim, and Al. One of which is a healer, one is introduced to you as a seeker, one is introduced to you as a guardian, and one is introduced to you as the elder. They're all very similar to each other. Eventually, Seg comes to. I think as part of the Deus Ex Machina here, we're going to give Gary his HP back and say that you've had a long rest. Because you've been asleep for a tiny while. Let me give Seg his HP back here as well. I will forget. Okay. Now, I guess the age-old question. What does Gart do now? What does Gary do now? The choice is yours. Fucking recruit them. Ask about the surrounding area. Which way is west? Ask for a map. Replenish water and food. Ask the birds for a side quest. Ask if they have any vehicles. Learn all about emu culture. Somewhere in here is exactly what I'm looking for. Or is it? A long time ago, I built a map making thing. Oh, is this it? Replenish water and food. Good idea. I forgot that you were suffering from water. I'm going to need you to make a constitution saving throw, I think. And I'm going to mark this map because we're procedurally generating this world. We're adding in this area Fury Road. The village of Fury Road. We're doing a con save here for Gary. He has a constitution score of 1 + 1. An 8 + 1 is a 9. Gary is so thirsty, it's crazy. I know exactly how Gary feels because it's been how I've been feeling all week. Jumping between feeling unbelievably thirsty and unbelievably not. Gary suffers 1 point of exhaustion. Exhaustion. I want the exhaustion tracker. Where is that? There's an exhaustion tracker on here somewhere. Level 1. Disadvantage on ability checks. While he rests at Fury Road. Okay, he's exhausted while he's laying in this bed. He says, oh, I don't suppose you've got some food, water, anything like that we can take with us, that we can have. It's time for a persuasion check from Gary. A persuasion check. You have a -1 to your persuasion. Get rolling, boy. It's time. I want Inaki to change his profile picture to this. It is at disadvantage, that's correct. So we take the second and third rolls, so not that 15, and we take the lower of the two. A 4, so it's already not looking good for you. Let's see if you can get a natural 1. Let's see if you can get a natural 1. A 14, no. So it's the 4. -1. Nan says, fucking food or water, mate. Look around you. There's no such fucking thing out here. What are you expecting? Where did you come from anyway? Oh, the forest. You got food and water over there? Aye, loads of it. Alright, pack it up, boys. We're going to the forest. What? They got food and water in the forest? What the fuck is a forest? Yeah, what is a forest? Oh, it's a green thing. It's where I come from, but I don't know where, because I was on the back of a giant worm, which just brought me down here. Right. Well, when you're next out scavenging, look for a forest. Alright, we'll look for a forest. What is it? It's a green thing. Alright, looking for a green thing. We can teach you how to pick. You just got to pick at the ground. Sometimes you'll pick at the ground, you get a little worm. Sometimes you pick at the ground, a little burst of water comes up. We got no food and water, mate. They have no food and water. For Gary. What does Gary do now? What does Gary do now? Guide them to the forest, perhaps. Does Gary have the spell create food and water? That's a good point. Does he? He might. No, he has purify food and drink. Research well drilling technology. Peck at the ground, looking for some food and water, learning from his new friends. Imagines the emu on a spit roast. a scroll. You have a scroll of true seeing. And a create food and water scroll. You do have a create food and water scroll, which is a one-use thing. Once you consume it, it's done. So I'll put use create food and water scroll on there as well. The choice is yours. What does Gary do now? You can always spin the wheel. 4 more subs to spin the wheel. If you're feeling lucky, punk. Use create food and water scroll. Alright, well, let's jump straight back over to here. What food do you create? What do you want? Taco Bell? What do you want? Huh? What do you want, huh? Pancakes? What food do you want? Subway? Iron brew and a fried Mars bar. Banh mi, don't know what that is. Butter chicken. Pizza rolls and Mountain Dew. Or pseudo dragon. It creates 45 pounds of food. I don't know how much that is. What is 45 pounds the equivalent of? What weighs 45 pounds? A sack of potatoes. A dog. You're going to make 45 pounds worth of Iron Brew and Mars bars. Is this the button I need? 45 pounds. So yeah, Gary pulls out from his bag a scroll, opens it up and begins reading. 45 pounds worth of Iron Bro appears. 45 pounds worth of deep fried Mars bars appears. Nan goes, "Fucking hell, mate. What the fuck is that?" "Oh, that's food. Help yourself." Seg has already tucked in. "Fuck, this is fucking lovely. This is... Oh, fucking love it." Drinking the fucking Iron Bro. All of the few raptors, emu people, come running in. "What the fuck is that, mate? What the fuck is that? It's food," he said. He said we can have... "Oh, is it food, is it? Oh, fucking, what's this then? This is fucking orange. What is it? Piss? No, it's fucking Iron Brew, mate. Fucking try it." And they just start pecking at stuff. They start eating. Gary eats. Seg eats. I think it's only fair that if you eat all of this food, we'll put some back. You can keep some as well. We'll put some back as well. That this will cure your exhaustion level. I think it's only fair. You consumed your scroll of It was this one, wasn't it? Scroll of create food water. And cured yourself just in time for a wheel spin. At the end of the meal, everyone is laying around in this abandoned shack. Bellies fat. The emus are laying, their legs all like jumbled up in a weird way, laying on their backs. Long legs in the air. Arm wings spread out. Seg is laying, hanging off of the bed that they'd put him in. Gary at the center of a mountain of fried Mars bars. Endless bottles of Iron Bro. Who was the Guardian here? You know what, let's have Gary roll a perception check. Start rolling a perception check. Gary has got bad perception because he sees in 2D, right? He's got a -1 to his perception. He is proficient in it, Jesus Christ. A 7. -1 is a 6. He's not aware of it. Let's see. In here we have the Guardian, Mara. One of the emus laying on the ground suddenly opens her eyes wide. Her long neck whoosh, snaps up. Her eyes darting left and right. She says, "Oh no. Oh no, they're back. I think they're back. I can hear them." Let's see what you're going to fight. 1d8. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's back. Retcon. It's fucking back. Oh no, it's back. There is a terrifying screech that comes echoing across the sands here. The emus jump up and start running around. Oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Just fucking run away, run away, run away. They all vanish. Pim, 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 pim. They move at such incredible speed that it could never possibly be matched by Seg and Gary. Seg looks to Gary. Gary looks to Seg. Where did they fucking go? They got some fucking long legs, ain't they? They look out of the window and see these emus vanish over a hill, kicking up dust behind them. Seg looks to Gary. Gary looks to Seg, and they turn to the open doorway. The camera moves through the doorway, moving and crawling into the town on one, two, three, 4, 5, 6 legs. No, 4 legs. 4 bendy legs. A chitin covered a reptile creature begins moving over the dune, its long, horrible, knife-like legs digging into the sand, its head snapping left and right. this horrendous thing, this carrion creature, starts crawling across the sand towards Seg and Gary. And that's where we're going to pick up next week because I'm absolutely fucking exhausted. 2 hours is clearly my limit. I'm going to throw up. I feel very, very unwell. Let me just bring this in so I remember for next week what you are fighting. You've done it. You've uncovered the world map and you've begun populating it with locations. On your journey east, you went slightly west to the Hutchton Matriarchy. As Gary has left, I, once again, am now running another desert campaign. And that is the end of today's session. I know we've had two kind of shorter, streams of this, but I'm unbelievably unwell. I've been off for 2 weeks apart from these little things. I hope to be streaming again tomorrow. We'll play a little bit of Mass Effect. Like I said, it may be that I need to take a few days off. It may be that I intend to stream and I can't. It may be that the streams are a little bit shorter. But hopefully I'll be able to stream tomorrow if I'm feeling up to it. Thank you so much for watching the stream today and hanging out and being patient with me. I've been feeling very unwell. I'm on all sorts of medication to try and, get me through this shit. So hopefully, another week or so and I'll be back to fighting fitness, but I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to go crazy because I've really felt bad. It's been pretty brutal. Thanks again for everyone with your that sent me like get well messages or like offline subs or offline donations and things. I really appreciate that. You guys supporting me through these rough moments here and there, these little patches of death. Yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed today's session. I really love running this on Sundays. I should be back tomorrow with Mass Effect 2. If I'm not, we'll see how it goes. There should be a cura this week, but if not, we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, I can only play it by ear day by day as we go through, and I'm fucking dealing with this shit. And that's that, baby. Thanks again. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. I'm gonna go and take a little rest. We'll go and see my friend Maya. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. See you next week for more of this. On Sundays we play D&D, so if you want to watch the conclusion of whatever this creature is and what's going on, I'll see you next Sunday for it. Thanks again. Peace out. Bye.
China has been generous.
And it was another great day of saving the bees.